My name is John Ash, and I have been wanting to do a sort of speaking on the topic of kindness for a while now. I asked a few friends to write up what they thought kindness was, and the plan was to generally find the center of those views. And I've kind of been procrastinating. I don't know how to be the best of public speakers. Um, Despite my chosen moniker of Speaker John Ash. And in order to facilitate that flow, what I'm going to do is I have this here karma sauce. This is 56,000 Scoville. Now, I hate spicy food. But I know when I'm under duress, I say interesting and weird things. So we're gonna see what happens here, and I'm just gonna flow. All right. I do not like spicy foods at all. I hate them. This is going to be unpleasant, but it also will activate my receptors, which will increase the stimulation in my mind, and therefore increase my capacity to speak. So this is really not that much, and I'm delaying because all right. Oh God, it's like scorpions in my throat. Why do people do this? Whew. Rising upwards. Okay. The topic of kindness. Okay. So, one theme that I found that was sort of interesting from all the people that I spoke to about kindness is the question rose of when not to be kind, which was something that I hadn't really even thought about, because I think about kindness as being something... Oh, that's on my tongue. Whew. Kindness to be something small and insignificant. And I think perhaps some of the great... Okay. I have milk. Okay. Okay. The truth is, I asked this question because I felt like people aren't really that kind to each other, to be honest. Maybe it's because we're distant. Oh my God. Eventually, it'll come down to the point where I'll be able to speak reasonably. But right now, each breath is like... it's physical pain, is what it is. My tongue actually thinks that it's being damaged. So the message that's being sent from my tongue to my brain is outward pain. And it wants me to understand that. And my brain needs to communicate down to my tongue very clearly. It needs to respect. Okay, so this is where my body is dissolved into many. This is where the thought of being kind to myself comes into question. Because my tongue thinks I've been cruel to it. And I know, my conscious mind knows that I haven't. My mind knows that it's doing a goodness to my tongue, because ultimately that activation feeds back into my brain and raises my awareness and changes the hell that comes out of my mouth. So it's only suffering temporarily. And I know inherently that my tongue is not being damaged. And what I really wanted to talk about was when we think we're doing somebody a fucking kindness. We're like saying, like, I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for the best of whatever. It's like that's when the most evil is done. There's a Blaise Pascal quote: Men never do evil so completely and cheerfully as when they do it conscientiously. Meaning that Okay. That was a good spur, wasn't it? Mm. Okay. I'm gonna have to edit this. Now I'm back as one. Now I'm one being again, instead of perceiving myself as many. But that's what it does. When you're in a state of crisis, it's like you become many and you can perceive and empathize within your own body. That's what we need to do. We need to understand that unless our actions really have a way to feed back into ourselves, we don't really understand whether what we're doing is a true kindness to somebody. You not giving that person that dollar because it's a kindness, because they'll lift themselves up by their bootstraps, that's not really a kindness. You're predicting for them. You're thinking about love and the future and the optimal self for them. You don't know the stranger, you know. Many of my friends actually talked about this, which was the same concept of, God, I feel like I'm gonna have to do another take, and it's not pleasant. Okay, that's the end of that. I'm back down. Oh, it's in my mouth. I told you I respect you, tongue. I understand you. But the signals you send me in your fear make my mind think more. Yeah. My mind thinks more connected to the God flow when I'm not one, when I'm not unified as one being, which is an illusion, of course. Because I'm obviously many. I exist across space. And I can move my body. I'm never consistently one form. Get more milk. Oh. You know what kindness is. It's about listening and understanding others, because you don't really know what's kind to them. Even we don't know what's kind to ourselves. Like, you just saw my awareness dissolve and myself completely become in disagreement. And when my whole self is in disagreement, all my self starts formulating new thoughts and ideas, trying to cope to deal with what is now. Because for a brief second, I thought that I was actually physically damaged. Why are the in-breaths good? In-breath's good, out-breath's bad. Kindness isn't about these great acts. Kindness is about the small, the insignificant, and that which you can give to anybody, disregarding what you know about them. Because kindness is simply a smile or a comment upon a stranger. One of my friends, they particularly focused in on the notion of kindness being this smallest individual unit of love. This is a person that was founded and grew up in a Christian religion. And that is something that is often branded as being a religion of love. And the idea is that kindness itself is pedestrian because it's so small, it's boring as to, not consider merit. But the reality is that love has a huge weight to it. So we want to feel love because it's a high. But kindness is something that we can do at any moment, and because it is unexpected, because it is not founded in what is known. Love is often, once it has been told to each other, we know that we love each other, and so we're reinforcing that. Kindness isn't reinforcing anything. Kindness is just something that when you have more than you need consciously, energy, good energy, you give it to another. Well, that's pretty good.